Hello, everybody. It is me, your Briskatuzi, and today we are here talking about the Rising of the Shield Hero, Episode 5, Philo. In the manga, her name is Firo, but I guess her name is Philo. I guess that's her original name. I guess it was just a translation thing. But Philo, the cute bird that he got from the carnival place. But back to the starting of this episode, they showed the queen, just like last episode with the Pope from the church, foreshadowing queen, foreshadowing, because in the manga and stuff like that, they didn't show this part. Maybe in the light novel or web novel, maybe they talked about this queen part, but it showed her at this very with all this like mechanical revolution like place with like steam engines and like broken castles and stuff like that. That's a weird place. I didn't even know that the queen even lived in a place like that. Like I don't remember that place even being shown in the manga. That's just a very cool and weird place to be at. And then she also has a whole bunch of like followers with her. We saw that back in the first episode. They showed like a person hiding in the background watching the shield hero getting like disowned by the king and stuff like that back from the first episode. I mean, now we see her again with doing things for the queen and talking about there's like little followers following around. And after that, we saw how the king was going to give all of the heroes money for all of their work during the wave, but they gave the spear hero the most money. They gave him 4,000 silvers. They gave the other two heroes 3,000. They were only going to give the shield hero Nafumi only 500 silvers. Like, man, that they gave him. They gave him the short end of the stick, and then they said that they were going to not give him money because of like him like owning a slave and stuff like that, which is just ridiculous. And I really love how this stuff, I'm pretty sure this money part, I don't remember happening in the manga. Maybe it did, but it's cool how the bow hero and the sword hero talked up for Nafumi and didn't like act like the spear hero, act like nothing was wrong, and then they were just like they were helping him out, and then telling the king that they should just pay him the amount that they were going to give him, and then they were like still trying to get like Mine Son, like Malti, trying to get her like under the bus, saying that she was the one that did the magic because they all knew that it happened. So then, because they actually saw it happen, so I really like it how they helped him out, and he got his money, and then the king told him to leave, and then he was gonna like get angry like he usually does, but then Raftalia helped him out and then said that they'll just leave, but then they just don't need to be around these stupid people. So then they left. And then it was cool seeing how he finally got what he deserved like after that part, because he went to like that herb place with that old dude, and then the old dude gave him a grimoire, no, not a grimoire, gave him like a book, gave him a book to learn, and then he said that he's giving him this book for free because he helped out someone that he knew at the village that he saved during the wave. So they kept on meeting people that are giving him free stuff because they help. It's really weird how people in the kingdom all have like relatives at a random village like away from the kingdom, and then apparently they went to a witch that apparently has a grandkid that he saved during the wave, and then she gave him a grimoire, but then he tried to read it and he couldn't read it because apparently he doesn't know the language of this world. It is kind of cool how he did like mention like I wish that there was a I wish that there was a skill for me to learn, for me to understand this language instead of actually have to learning it before. I like it how they showed a part from the trailer of this series, like before the series came out, they showed a trailer where they showed Raftalia and Nafumi by the tree talking about they were gonna like learn and live and like discover things together in this new world. And so then she said that she would like learn how to read and learn how to write with him. That was a pretty cute and awesome moment. Like there, we have like some things going on. Earlier, they showed Nafumi and Raftalia going into the carnival slave market guy, that like Eggman looking guy. I still think that he looks like a midget Eggman. And then he was putting the seal back on Raftalia because she lost it last episode. So then she had to get her seal back. And I think that in the manga they mentioned that it was a stronger seal than before. Like this one has to like you would have to really try to like move this. I like it how Raftalia, after she like has her like breasts exposed a little bit from like having like the slave mark on her, she like looks at Nafumi and is just like, how do I look? And then he like just ignores her because he's talking to like the slave market guy. And then after that, I like it how the slave market guy tries to buy her back because he sees how she grown up and she's like filled up more, and he's just like, Nafumi, how about a 30 gold 30 gold coins for me to have my slave back? And then he's just like, maybe I should. And then Reptalia starts getting mad, saying, what are you talking about, Nafumi? I like it how he's like, you could tell that before when he was ignoring her because she wanted to get complimented on. He'd ignored her like actually, but then when it came to him like thinking about like selling her off, he was actually like doing it on purpose, which was pretty cool. And then after that, slave market guy said that he would also sell him something else for also having the slave mark back on Raftalia. So then he like asked Nafumi if he wanted to like look at like buy creature eggs, and apparently like you can either get a bird or you can get a dragon or like a lizard dragon thing that can carry around carriages and stuff like that. So then he buys one of them, And then, of course, we already know from the opening, if people paid attention or if they know about or if they saw the preview, he ends up getting a bird, which is honestly it's a pretty cool bird. But it's really weird how, if I remember correctly, it goes from like a small bird to like a to like a two-legged bird, back to a small bird, but instead of it being a small bird, it's a big version of its kid form. It's pretty cool seeing how he was really excited about it hatching, and then even woke up Raftalia. And it was cool how her ears were twitching, and then after that, he it hatched and it went on to Nafumi, and then it said that it imprinted, which I think that is true. I think that if the baby sees you first, it thinks that you're the mom. Even in real life, I think that's how animals work. So then they decided to stay over at the village that they saved to like take care of the bird and to just help out with the villagers and stuff like that. And they showed like a really short montage of them like taking care of the bird and then like hunting and leveling up and stuff like that. And then I really like montages like that because like I hate it when they skip over things. Like it's cool to do that sometimes, but like I think that if you did that for like for 10 episodes, like it's okay. But if you were to show the montage stuff after 10 episodes, unless it's important, like then you can like discard stuff like that. But it's cool how they showed that, and then they also showed how the bird just kept on growing and growing. It only took 2 days for it to evolve, which would be insane. But then they explained it saying how because the bird was a part of like Nafumi's party and also like a slave, like it's naturally just able to like level up, and that's how Raphtalia was able to level up so quickly as well. So it's kind of cool how they added that part. And then we saw how towards the ending of the middle section of this episode, because I've only watched the first 12 minutes, they showed Mind Sun and the Spirit Hero with the royal decree to take over the village that Nafumi saved. And then Nafumi just comes over and it's just like, this is unfair. And they said in order for the village to like be rebuilt, they want each villager to like give them a bunch of silver coins that they don't have right now because of their village was attacked. So then like Nafumi's just like, that's unfair. You should just not do that at all. You should just help them build the village and then have them rise up more. But then like Mind Sun says that this is a royal decree. So if no one has this, I'll attack you. So then she was about to attack all of the villagers. She ordered knights to attack the villagers because they wouldn't accept the royal decree for the spirit hero to control the land. So and I like it how like that's when the queen's like messengers come in and like guards come in to like stop her and then give them another royal decree from the queen. I'm pretty sure that the royal decree from the queen said that Nafumi would take care of Loot Village instead of the spirit hero, which would be cool if that's what it says. So then after that, she's just like, Mind Son is just like the red-haired girl just says like, I can't accept this. I challenge you, Shield Hero. You need to verse the Spirit Hero in a battle, which is gonna be cool seeing that because I think we saw in the preview. I think the bird kicks the Spirit Hero in the nuts, which is gonna be cool to see because I remember that from the preview last week. So yeah, those were my thoughts for the first 12 minutes, and yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes to review the rest of this. Okay, I am back. Just like I was talking about before in the earlier parts of my review, like seeing Philo just like kick the spear hero in the nuts is pretty funny, especially how he's smiling and he's like all like excited, or like now he's like having like a slight happiness go towards him, and then once he lands in the bush, he's just like in pain and he can't feel it, and Mindson is trying to comfort him, and then you just see Nafumi and Philo just like laughing at them, and then you see how Raftalia is happy that Nafumi is like laughing because she hasn't seen the side of him before, because she changed him last episode. You see him just changing a lot because of it. Then the race happened. To be honest, in the manga, I thought that the race happened pretty quickly, but seeing it in animated form was kind of cool. Seeing how it was 2 laps, because before it seemed like it was 1 lap, but seeing it as 2 laps makes a lot more sense. How every single time that he wasn't like in view of other participants, they like Mindson tried to get the knights that she owned a part of the kingdom to like do set traps, and they were like setting holes, and they were trying to like give him speed downs, give the spirit hero Mayuyama-sama, I think that's his name, try to give him speed boost and stuff like that. But then Philo was just a really fast bird. She was really trying hard against the dragon type to like do it. Like there was even cheating because the dragon like slapped Philo in the face at one time, which would be cheating because that's like as bad as if the spirit hero used his spear to like knock Nafumi off. But then you saw how when the whole thing happened, you saw Nafumi just like fly, and then he just floating to the ground because they tried to dodge the hole. I think that in the manga, I think he fell down the hole instead of like flying away from the hole, and then they jumped out of it. And then it was cool seeing how during like towards the ending of like them racing around, funny how seeing how the whole time then Philo was running, dust would fly. That's a really powerful bird. Towards the ending, like to get over the hole, like Nafumi used his like air shield. I really like it had the air shield. The air shield is like the coolest shield for me so far. And then he jumped over the hole with the shield, and then just flew into the sky with Philo using her wings in her second form. And then they started like on a hill. They started like running on a hill, and then they won by like an inch. By an inch. I think that in the manga it wasn't an inch. I think that he just won after getting over the hole. So then he won, and then he ended up defeating Mind Sun and everything like that. So then he ended up like owning this village, or just he ended up like having like the village not be taken over by him. And so then Mind Sun was about to say that Nafumi cheated, but then after that, the Queen's guards came in again to like say that, or like spies just came in to say that Nafumi didn't cheat and saying that she cheated. And she said, but he was the one that cheated. But then you saw how the spies found out that apparently they know a lot more than they're letting on, because they said that apparently they were watching Nafumi early in the episode when the witch said that Nafumi was a support and healing type, and saying that Raftalia was a dark and light type. Already forgot what it was, but just a dark type. To be honest, they early in the episode when they said that she was an illusion type, I don't remember her like because I read the manga. I forgot all about it. I already forgot everything that happened, but they talked about how like she uses illusions, and I don't remember her using illusions whatever in the series. Like she doesn't learn how to do that whatsoever, unless in the light novel or web novel she does that. So then Mind Sun left saying we'll get you for this, and then after that the Spirit Hero came in saying I'm going to challenge you against Shield Hero, and then Shield Hero just looks down at his nuts and then just says, does your nuts still hurt? And then he just says, what? And then he just walks away all sad. And then Raphtalia is just like, I hope that you feel better soon. And then even Raphtalia ended up getting like slightly embarrassed by Nafumi mentioning his nuts. They won, and then the villagers were just like, so for your reward for helping us out, we'll give you money. And then Nafumi's just like, I don't need your money. I'll just take this carriage over here. And then after that, or I guess Philo was the one that suggested it, so then he took it anyways. And then the villagers were happy that they didn't need to give him money. They're just like, oh, true hero. So then after that, they took the carriage and they left. A thing that I noticed is that as they were like walking with the carriage with Philo operating it, Raphtalia had motion sickness from being in the cart. In the manga, I don't remember her having this motion sickness whatsoever. It's probably something that's mentioned in, just like I said before, in the light novel or web novel. But it was weird seeing her have that, and then she ended up getting sick and then like puking all over the place, and then they camped out. And then after that, they camped out. When they showed after they camped out, they fell asleep, and then Philo decided to sleep with Nafumi, and then Raphtalia just slept on her own. And then they woke up before the episode ended, and they showed that Philo transformed as they were sleeping, and the Philo was in her last form, her human form. This is like her fourth form, how she was a human with just wings on her back. And then in the manga that happened like that was supposed to happen next episode. Like that wasn't supposed to happen this episode, unless in light novel, like I said, light novel it probably happened this way. But in the manga it happened because in the manga he's supposed to go to the slave trader again. He's supposed to ask him like, why is my bird like leveling up so quickly? And then like they're supposed to have like a conversation, and then she's supposed to turn to a human at that place, and then even shock the slave trader, and they were supposed to discuss money and stuff like that, and then he was supposed to just keep her. But in this it's happening a lot earlier on. I don't know if this is something just them deviating from the manga, or maybe this is light novel thing, but it was weird seeing that happen differently. And you saw them all freak out because she's a human girl, and then she even called Nafumi master, and then they're all just scaring away and stuff like that. And then the episode ended. I really also enjoy the ending song still. Like the opening song is pretty cool and epic, but I really enjoyed how like serene and cool the song is at the ending song. It's pretty awesome. It's gonna be really sad once like because I don't know if this ends at episode 12 or episode 24, but I really hope that this stays for a while. Yeah, this episode was pretty good. It's pretty awesome. I really enjoyed it, and like the events that happen in it. I can't wait to see what happens next episode with, because of the title for the next episode, a newcomer. And it's gonna be cool seeing Philo interact with all the others in the next episode. But yeah, if you enjoyed this review at all, my discussion stuff like that, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this whatsoever, then leave a dislike. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week in the next review on Wednesday. And yeah, bye.